150,000 people didn't show up because they were worried about borders. They came because they were fed a lie, that a migrant murdered Charlie Kirk. That claim, it's completely made up. And believe me, that's just the start of it. If you watched the live stream last month, you saw flags, heard chants, and all the usual "Take our country back" slogans. The chat was buzzing, heart emojis everywhere, and anyone asking real questions got drowned out. But under all that noise is a clear trail of invented horror stories. Once you see the pattern, you'll spot the same playbook every time they need a crowd, fast. Today we're pulling apart the 3 biggest fibs that put boots on the pavement in London, showing how they exploded on social media and why the next march will probably use the same tactics unless we wise up. Lie number 1, an asylum seeker brutally murdered Charlie Kirk and the press buried it. Here's the truth, no UK police force has any record of a person by that name being killed here this year. Charlie Kirk is alive and well, posting videos from the US, probably wondering why his name was borrowed for British outrage clickbait. So where did this story even come from? A Telegram channel linked to Tommy Robinson's team cleverly stitched together 2 unrelated news clippings, a stabbing in Birmingham and a photo of Kirk from a 2019 event. Within just 12 hours, that fake composite image was viewed 2.7 million times on X. Add a caption screaming in all caps, "Why is no one talking about this?" And you've got emotion doing all the thinking for people. The algorithm loves it, our brains eat it up, and suddenly thousands believe they found a martyr. This isn't accidental misinformation, it's a production line. They needed a victim, they manufactured one, and that march got its moral gasoline. Lie number 2, illegal migrants get free hotel suites, £700 a week, and jump the housing queue. This one's a classic. The actual Home Office allowance for asylum seekers in catered accommodation is just £9.95 a week, not £700, and often they're in barrack-style hostels with shared bathrooms, not luxury suites. Yet a cropped screenshot of a 2019 pilot scheme for vulnerable families got recycled as proof of VIP treatment. MPs, journalists, and even Elon Musk piled on, each retweet adding another layer of polish to the nonsense. The psychological trick here is rights reversal. Convince the majority they're the persecuted ones, and fairness demands they hit the streets. It's textbook far-right framing, but it only works if nobody bothers to check the numbers. The UK takes fewer asylum seekers per capita than Greece or Switzerland, and housing wait lists are driven by chronic underfunding, not refugee preference. Once you know that, the chant "We want our country back" sounds less like patriotism and more like a marketing jingle for resentment. Lie number 3. Massive, uncontrolled migration will erase British culture by 2050. This is the grand apocalyptic one. Impossible to falsify because 2050 isn't here yet. It's lifted almost word for word from French polemicist Eric Zemmour, recycled by Tommy Robinson, and then echoed in Elon Musk's video link warning, "Fight back or die." Demographers just roll their eyes. Net migration in the UK actually halved in 2024 from its record peak, and second-generation immigrants generally trend toward the same birth rate as everyone else. But the timeline is deliberately distant, so you can't test it. All you can do is feel it. Anger plus urgency equals turnout. And that's the only metric these organisers care about. If you're wondering why they never mention skills shortages in the NHS or fruit rotting in Kent, it's because solutions don't fill buses with angry voters. Existential dread does. If this channel is your first time here and you want more short, sharp dives into how outrage gets weaponized, hit subscribe. It's free and keeps these videos in your feed so you can spot the scam next time before you share it. So, how do we stop the next viral lie? Firstly, slow the share. If a post makes your blood pressure spike, screenshot the claim and run a quick 5-second search before boosting it. Secondly, starve the narrative of spectacle. Every counter-protester with a placard just gives the cameras the clash footage they crave. Instead, lobby your MP, write to advertisers, flag hateful content, donate to local refugee charities, and drown out the nonsense with boring, practical compassion. Thirdly, support platforms that automatically add context. Twitter's community notes slashed retweet rates of false claims by nearly 40%. Imagine that scaled across TikTok and Instagram. Finally, Push for real immigration data in schools. If most teenagers already knew the UK accepts a tiny fraction of the world's refugees, the invasion myth would die of exposure before it ever reached 1 million views. That rally looked like spontaneous anger, didn't it? But it was engineered, scripted and monetized. Charlie Kirk is alive, migrants aren't living in five-star digs, and Britain isn't about to become minority British by 2050. Those aren't fringe opinions, they're deliberate fabrications, and they worked. Next time you see a headline that makes you want to grab a placard or punch your screen, pause and ask, who profits if I stay furious? Then hit share on something that profits us all. Facts. Until the next scam drops, stay curious, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next one.